of Natalie Woodward's cooking. Yay! Today we're going to be cooking. Where's the book gone? I've lost the book. We're going to be cooking Mary Berry Swiss roll. Basically, if you go into the Mary Berry one, well, we're making a chocolate Swiss roll. So it's basically a Swiss roll, but with chocolate instead. So you just have to measure out a few different weights and stuff. So you will need a cake tin, a bûche de Noël. That's what it's called, a bûche de Noël. So you need a cake tin, and in the cake tin it's meant to be at least 33 by 23 centimetres or 13 by 19 inches. So that's that. And you put greaseproof paper in, and then you butter it, basically. So that's that. You then need to preheat your oven to 220 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees gas. Oh no! 220 degrees C fan or 200 degrees gas. We're a fan oven, so we need 220 degrees. So now you've preheated your oven, you're going to come and this is the rest of the ingredients you will need. You will need 4 large eggs. We've got a 12 box because we're making lots of stuff this Christmas. Lots of it you'll see here. So we've got the 12 eggs, but you only need 4 large eggs. We've got free range ones as well. You don't have to have free range ones, it could be any eggs you want. You need 100 grams or 4 ounces of caster sugar. British Sainsbury's caster sugar. And the pantry caster sugar. If you're watching Sainsbury's or the pantry, please pay me money. Very good sugar. Very good. So, that's the sugar. You need 1.5 ounces of cocoa powder, and you need 2.5 ounces of self-raising flour, so it rises. So that's all your ingredients, and for the filling you will need icing sugar. So that's that. So let's start. So you've preheated your oven and you've greased your tin. So we need to whisk the eggs and the sugar together to make like a frothy cream. So we'll measure out the sugar first, because that's easier. And the sugar, nearly dropped it, oh dear. The sugar you need 100 grams, so we're going to do 100 grams. But I like to do ounces, so we're going to use 4 ounces. No need to whisk the sugar because it's already quite fine. Whereas with the flour it can come out in big lumps, so that's not very good. So, now we need to whisk the eggs into the 100 grams of sugar we've just put in, caster sugar. So you need your 4 eggs. So you get your eggs and you're going to crack them on the side of the bowl and you're just going to plop it in. It's the whole of the egg, so it's not just like the yolk or the white, it's the whole egg. So make sure you don't get any shell, which I have, which is great because I've now got shell in my next shell. Second egg, crack, 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 no shell, no shell. That's good actually that time, not like the time before. So you need 4 and I've only put 2 in. So we need 2 more. Oh, crud. There's lots of shell. 1 last egg to complete the 4 eggs you will need. And then that's it. That's done. Just get the shell out of that. Is that shell? Can't really tell. Ah! Shell! Tell! Doesn't matter if it's a crunch in there. Makes it more textury. So I'm just going to dry my hands a bit because they're a bit wet. I'm back! So we're going to whisk it in now, so I need to get a whisk. A whisk. To whisk, you just need to get the sugar, combine it with the eggs, and just like fold it in. So you just need to get the sugar, make sure it's all in with the egg, and just tilt it at a slight angle so you can get the fold. You just need to fold it like that. So if you want to zoom in a bit, see it. So you're just folding in, fold, 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 and you want to make sure you do it until it's light and frothy and leaves a trail when it's lifted out. So you want to keep going, keep going. Oh, my arm's hurting. Difficult work this is. I should get an electric one. We have one, but I'm not sure how to use it. So I'll just hand whisk. Whisk in, whisk that egg. Whisk in, whisk that egg. Great dance skills I have. So if it holds a trail like that, then you know it's done. And it's frothy and creamy and it's quite light, I think. I'm not really sure, so that's what it looks like. So I'm guessing that's right. So the next thing you have to do is sift the flour into the mixture and carefully fold it in. So you need to measure out the flour, so you need to get a separate bowl to measure out the flour in. So I'm grabbing a bowl. I'm back with a bowl. You put it on your scales, you set on it to 0, and then you put in your flour. Your flour is 2.5 ounces of flour, because we're making a chocolate one, so that means you like change the measurements for like the chocolate to go in. So you put in your flour. Oh wait, what was it? 2.5. 2. There. That's the amount of flour you need. Now you need to put in your cocoa powder, and that you need 1.5 ounces. So the 1.5 ounces need to go in. So you settle it back to 0, and you then you then put in 1.5 ounces. So in it goes. 1. Am I doing this right? And a half. There we go. And you then need to sift it into the mixture. So you grab your sieve, and you just need to slowly and gently sift it in. Do you want to come and watch this? So sift it in just nicely. Make sure it's all in nice and nice. Keep sifting everything in. By the way, don't eat the chocolate. It looks like appetising, but it's really not. It tastes so foul. Have it once it's in the mixture, but before it's gone into the mixture, don't have it. It's gross. So just got a bit more to sieve now. Flatten out your sieve. Make sure it's all flattened out. Tap it in the sides to make it go a bit quicker. Flop it in with your fingers. So then it's nearly all done. Done. So now you need to fold it in. So when you fold, you get a spoon, and so we're going to fold it in now, so we don't need our whisk anymore. And to fold it, you just need to lightly move the mixture around. So it's going in together and mixing in together. But you don't want to spoon it too hard because it will go all like stodgy. So you just want to lightly fold it. Gently, gently does it. Gently, gently does it. So you want to keep doing that until it's all nice and mixed in. You could go a bit quicker if you want to, if you're getting a bit bored like I am. Just go a bit quicker, but not too quick, because otherwise you'll lose the mixture. So now you just want to fold it gently into the big tin. So you're going to get your tin, and you just want to lay it out. Just fold it in gently. Just make sure every last bit gets in. So you want to actually get every single bit, otherwise it won't fill the tin. I'm going to keep going. Keep going. If it runs a bit thin, you might need to make another batch. Well, it depends what size cake tin you've got. You could like half your amount and see that you could get another batch if you want. You have to put it in to the oven for 10 minutes. So it's until it's like golden brown. So that's it there. Have I got something on my face? Apparently I've got something on my face. And my mum's in the mirror. Say hello to my mum! She never likes to come on, does she? So let's put that in the oven. So the oven's getting a bit hot now because we preheated it earlier. So you want to put your oven gloves on. Make sure. Oh, crud. What? Stop filming my face. That's stuck on the side, so that's not very good. But you can just fold that back over. And you want to put it in nice and gently, so none of it runs. Put it on the middle shelf, so it gets nice and full. So in that goes. Shut that up. And you want to put the timer on for 10 minutes. So now you need to put like the baking parchment on, and you need to, like, bigger than the tin that you've got already. Put it on a workspace, and then you need to get the caster sugar, and you need to sprinkle it onto this so it's all nice and sugary. It's a bit much, but now you need to thin it out. Don't do as much as I did, because I think that's going to make it really, really sugary. But if you like it sugary, put that much on. If you don't like it sugary, then don't put that much on, basically. So once you've done that, you now need to start working on the filling. The filling, what is the filling? So now we're going to take, because you did the baking parchment before and put the sugar on it, we've taken it out the oven after it beeped after 10 minutes, and we've now put it onto the baking parchment, and we're going to lift this off. Or attempt to lift it off. Is it hot? Is it still going to be really hot? I don't want to touch it. It's not that hot. So if you get one hand like that, and then put it up. There we go. So you take the tin out the way. Put that over here for a second. And you want to take off the baking parchment off the back. So the one you had on the bottom. It's got a bit burnt in the oven, but it's alright, it's alright. Nothing too bad. So that's that. You just cut and trim around the edges now to make sure you get all the burnt bits off. So I'm going to grab a knife. So we're going to trim it to get the burnt bits off. So you just want to get your knife and trim off the bits you don't want. Very simply, it's quite easy to do. Just make sure you get it all off, all trimmed. So get the excess bit away under there. And we're just going to trim this tiny little bit off the end here. Only a little bit, because it's only a bit that's back. So now, what you want to do is you want to leave this to cool somewhere safe. Not in the fridge, leave it to cool out. And you want to make the filling. So I'm just going to put this away. Now we're going to go on to making the butter icing. So for the butter icing, you will need 2 tablespoons of milk. You will need, how much butter? You will need 4 ounces of butter, and you will need 8 ounces of icing sugar. So first thing you want to do is you want to measure up the butter. So that's too much. So you want to take a bit off your butter. Come over here so you can see. So you take a bit out your butter, maybe with a knife instead of a spoon. But don't worry, while I'm here I might use this. So you just take out the butter and you stick it in a bowl and measure it until you have 4 ounces exactly. There you go, 4 ounces. So now because it's butter, you want to melt it a bit so it's not so difficult to work with. So you put it in the microwave for about 20 seconds. So that's that. So that's in there for a bit. So now you want to measure out your, what do you want to measure out? Your icing sugar. So you want to get a big glass bowl for your icing sugar. We're going to use this one because this is the smallest one we've got at the moment. But it's rather large really, isn't it? Oh, your butter's done. So you get your butter out and you want to see if it's melted. I think it's melted enough. That's very melted now, so it's very good. So you leave that to one side. You now want to measure out your icing sugar. So you need 8 ounces of icing sugar. 8. I can't really do it. 8, that's better, that's easier. 8. So icing sugar, 8 ounces. Icing sugar. Icing sugar. Icing sugar. So 8 ounces. So put it in. Actually, you might want to sieve it, but it doesn't matter. Sieve it, not sieve it. It's your choice. So you want to try and not do it that hard, because otherwise it will just go everywhere. You want to try and contain it to the bowl, really. Let's just stick the whole of that in there. A good way to get the icing sugar without actually eating it or putting your fingers in the bowl is when it puffs up after you put it in, like so. You can just go, and you get like a lot of the taste of it. So now you want to put your butter in with, you want to beat the butter with half the icing sugar in the bowl. So basically, you want to get, do you not want to use the whole icing sugar? So you need another bowl so you can put half of the icing sugar in. Just do it the whole thing, it doesn't matter. Stick the butter in. Who gives a flying monkey? So now we're going to beat in the butter and the icing sugar. So we're going to beat it in quite gently. Then you want to put some milk in once you've started mixing it around. So now it's time for the milk. So you get your big tablespoon and you want 2 tablespoons, but you put a little amount in first because you can always add but you can't take away. I learnt that from my mum. Hey. So put a little bit in and start mixing it, and if it's not enough you can always put more in. But once you put loads in, it's very difficult to then balance out the thing and it will just make it taste not very nice. So now that's too stodgy, so come over here a second. This is too stodgy, you see, so you need to add some more. So that'll probably be enough now, and you're going to keep mixing it until it's all nice and smooth, and you want to make a runny mixture, not soft or not hard. You want to make it runny, but not too runny that it's like just drips off the side of the cake. So you want to put just a tiny bit more, because that's still quite stiff. But you only want the tiniest drop, just so it gives it a bit more flexibility. Just mix that in. So you want to make it so it's not too runny, but it can still run off the spoon. So it's still a tiny bit hard. So you're just going to put the tiniest bit in, just to make it so it's like quite soft and runny, but not too runny. So you see this one, it can go off the spoon, but it's not like too runny that it just runs off without you shaking it. So that's the right amount. Now what you want to do is, so you want to make a score line with your knife, whichever way you're rolling it. So if you want to roll it this way, you're going to get your knife and you're going to go quite deep, but not too deep. Just so you can get your first roll and you know that the bread will roll up, the dough will roll that way. Just not that deep, but make sure you can get in there. So that's that. 1 inch. So now you want to fill it, but you fill it all around this bit and not on the score section, alright? So you get that and you plonk it on. And you want to smooth it out with a knife or a spoon, it depends what utensil you have. So you want to make sure you get everything out your bowl. Everything out, and you want to just, splash it. And you want to just spread it across your dough quite evenly and thin. You want to make sure there's enough to go all the way around. So don't go right the way to the edges because it might drip out the ends. So just go quite across. Nice and smooth, nice and nice. You want to make sure it's even and not just like loads of thick in one area. So once you've done that, you want to roll. So you've got to get your edge and you roll it on the score line. So that's the log. Once you've rolled it, you just leave it to, what do you leave it to do? You just leave it. And then the next, and then you can ice it. But it takes like a day to cool and stuff, so you can ice it the next day. Or you can ice it a bit later on, but it needs to settle and just set in that. So thank you for watching this video. I'm going to do a separate video of me icing it and decorating it, because otherwise this one's going to be really long and I can't be bothered to edit it all. So, thank you, and I hope you all have a lovely Christmas. I'm not sure if it will go out on the 23rd or the 24th yet. It just depends how quickly I edit it. So bye!